Good evening, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with CHTV, ready to break down the 2023 Green Bay Packers regular season schedule. It's officially out now. It was leaked this morning by Matt Schneidman doing the Lord's work, so we don't have to put up with the NFL's dog and pony show. Shout out to Matt, though I will admit I did kind of miss Kyle Kuzino leaking the home games throughout the day. Hopefully we get that back next year. But right now, let me tell you what the most exciting aspect of the new schedule being out is that it is updated on the Cheesehead TV app, and all the W's and L's from last year have been wiped away. It was so depressing. I cannot begin to tell you how down it got me. Whenever I'd look at the schedule from last year and all those L's, the 5 L's in a row, all gone. New schedule at the app for Cheesehead TV and on cheeseheadtv.com. Very exciting stuff. The Green Bay Packers opening against the Bears. That's right, Jordan Love on the road at Soldier Field. Exciting times. I can't wait. I will tell you, it's not quite ready yet, but later tonight / tomorrow, you'll be able to get tickets for any one of these games at Ticket King through Cheesehead TV. That's right, just like last year. Make sure you check Cheesehead TV, either the website or the app. You'll be able to get tickets for any one of these games via Ticket King. You're going to want to do it, people. Ticket King is thebomb.com. Best place to find your Packers tickets, both home and away. They know what's up. Let's talk about this schedule, shall we? The 10th consecutive season in which the Packers were awarded 5 primetime games. You guys know, if you've been watching daily, I thought they'd have 2, maybe 3 tops, but they go with 5 primetime games for the Green Bay Packers, led by Jordan Love. The Packers are obviously a big-time brand. They know this. Eyeballs will be there regardless, but I will say it is interesting. 3 of these games, primetime speaking, scheduled for December, which means they are subject to the flex scheduling that the NFL has at their disposal. So the NFL has kind of, protected themselves just in case the Packers aren't watchable or not doing well. The power is there for them to basically take some of those away. But as it stands right now, 5 primetime games. Green Bay will play a third-place schedule. The NFC South matchups, obviously, somewhat at this point looking advantageous when you look at their records last year. But the AFC West stuff makes it a little tougher, no doubt about it. The Packers have 6 games against teams that made the NFL playoffs last season: the Vikings, Bucks, Giants, Chiefs, and Chargers. And the Lions and the Steelers, who missed the playoffs, both had winning records at 9-8. The Lions game, of course, at the end of the year. Packers fans will remember that to keep the Packers out of the playoffs. A tough team, no doubt about it. And the Packers, in a real kind of weird quirk in this schedule, play the Lions twice on a Thursday. Once on Thursday Night Football, early in the season at Lambeau, and then again on Thanksgiving Day. As you guys know, on Packers Daily, I just knew they were going to give the Packers that Thanksgiving game, and they have. I don't love it. I don't love it, people. Let's go through the schedule real quick. I imagine everyone here has got it in front of them, but just so we're all on the same page. Week 1 at the Bears. Week 2 in Atlanta. Home opener September 24th versus the Saints at noon. A home opener at noon. That's been a while, but I love it. I love a noon home opener. And I love New Orleans coming to Lambeau Field. And then, as I said, a short week. They go against the Lions on Thursday Night Football. That's an Amazon game. And then at the Raiders, October 9th, that's a Monday Night Football game. And then they have a bye week, another early bye. Not, the best, but you got to take them when you take them. And hopefully that gives them a chance to reset with a lot of young players and hit the ground running post bye week, where they'll be playing the Broncos October 22nd on the road. That's a CBS game late afternoon. And then a couple of games at Lambeau against NFC opponents in the Vikings and Rams, both on Fox. And then at the Steelers. And then home against the Chargers. And then the aforementioned Lions on Thanksgiving. I hate it. Thank you very much. But I will say, I do like the fact that the Packers then get a 10-day kind of break, mini buys, so to speak, before taking on the Chiefs Sunday Night Football in Lambeau Field. That's going to be an exciting one. And then turning around and coming here to New York City for the Monday Night Football contest against the Giants out at MetLife. You can bet we'll be having some kind of get-together here in New York City for Cheesehead TV and Packers fans, hopefully at Kettle of Fish. Be on the lookout for that info. And then home again against the Buccaneers, at the Panthers on Christmas Eve day, and then and then at the Vikings for New Year's Eve. That's a New Year's Eve game, one of the aforementioned prime time games. You got to think there's a possibility that gets flexed if either of those teams is not up to snuff, so to speak. And then finishing that last game at home against the Bears. That's TBD as far as when the actual date and time will take place, but we know the Bears are finishing up in Lambeau against the Packers. So there you go. That's your schedule. I'm fascinated to see how they come out of the gate. 2 games on the road and then getting that nooner at home. The thing on the road stuff, Atlanta and Carolina both had winning records at home last year, even though you look at them and you think, oh, NFC South, it's a division that was not very good last year. Atlanta and Carolina played people tough at home. And the Broncos and Raiders were 500 teams at home last year. And the Green Bay has lost 5 meetings in a row at Pittsburgh, who was 4-4 last year at home. But it seems traveling to Pittsburgh has not been kind to the Green Bay Packers throughout the years. What is great is that the Green Bay Packers under Matt LaFleur, since he was hired, have the best home winning percentage at .806, 29-7 at home under LaFleur. The Chargers, Rams, and Bucks had a combined record of 11-15 on the road last year. So that, bodes well for Green Bay, hopefully. And for those of you out there, the Milwaukee crowd, the gold package, if you will, your games are the Lions Thursday nighter, the Amazon game on September 28th, and the Chargers game, November 19th, the nooner against the AFC opponent. And as I said on Twitter this morning, it's so fitting. That is perfect gold package material. Uncommon opponent, AFC, noon kickoff. Milwaukee, you better step up. We're looking at you. You need to be loud and be proud that afternoon because, man, history will tell you that is a prime candidate for a letdown, for a kind of a snoozer of a crowd. I need you guys to bring the heat in that Chargers game. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Hello to everybody in the comments section. So good to see so many people here. Another shout out to Hutch's Hobby for joining us as a Carry the G Club member. Really appreciate it, man. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Do you think the NFL will crack down on schedule leaks? It's hard, man. There's too many people involved with all of the, apparatus that they have to put in motion just to A, get the schedule out, but B, the number of different kind of ways you could leak it. I think they're going to do what they can, but there's not much you can do to put a lid on it outside of like no one other than, say, Mike North, who is the kind of scheduling czar there at the NFL, having the final schedule until whenever they want to release it. Just doesn't seem plausible. I mean, I think they'd love to, but I don't think they will. Soder, thanks for the super chat. Lions on a short week twice. That is a load of, I hear you, man. But look, just got to step up and play the games that are in front of you. I think Packers fans in particular have a kind of a funny relationship when it comes to the schedule release. Like, yes, as a bit of a short straw, no doubt about it. But, man, it's football, and you got to go and you got to play. And it doesn't really matter. Both teams got to show up and kick it off. And I understand that, yes, a bit of a disadvantage coming off a short week. You probably have to, simplify things as far as game plans go. You never really know injury-wise. But, man, that stuff throughout the season tends to even out. I don't think that's too much of a burden. Vince, thanks for the super chat. Bold prediction, our defense turns into the 49ers of the 2010 based off talent, even though young and the offense is fun and gun being carried by the D. Vince, my friend, you carry the G. That's, baby, that is a bold prediction. I mean, I like it. I don't see it, but I like it. I like it a lot. Pack Daddy, thanks for the super chat. I like the early bye week, actually. When we're on a roll later in the season, we won't have our momentum stalled. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a big, momentum guy when it comes from week to week. I believe in-game momentum, but I do think there is something to be said for if an offense is gelling. That's the thing. Like defense, I don't think it really matters that much week to week. But as far as an offense kind of hitting its stride, so to speak, there I'm in agreement with you as far as if you are finding what works and you're starting to like click on offense, sometimes, and we've seen it in Green Bay, when you suddenly have a week off and then try and pick it back up, that does tend to sometimes derail things. So I'm with you in that regard. No doubt about it. Godsmack, thanks for the super chat. I'm actually stoked that I finally get to watch the Packers on Thanksgiving with my family again. Too many crappy Thanksgiving matchups lately that I would skip to watch planes, trains, and automobiles. I mean, you cannot go wrong with planes, trains, and automobiles, so that's great. I hear you though, right? Last year's games were a real kind of snoozer, no doubt about it. That said, I hate when the Packers play on Thanksgiving. I absolutely hate it. I get so stressed out. I can't enjoy anything. The one saving grace of having to play the Lions is that it's the early game. There are 2 other games to watch throughout the day where I can, if they won, enjoy. If they lost, I can kind of soak in my misery while watching football, which is fine. And I have to work, it's another kind of day away from the girls on a important holiday, and I don't love that. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Packers playing on Thanksgiving, but to your point, it gives me at least something to be invested in on Thanksgiving rather than some pretty crappy games that we had last season. Greg, thanks for the super chat. Nags, I know you're working on widening the Wisconsin market. Can't wait to get some Carry the G here in PA. Will there be a second Carry the G, like a Bear Still Suck Bach? Not anytime soon. We have spoken with Gathering Place, the brewer that we've partnered with, about possibly expanding and having, brewing another beer. But baby steps. I think the first order of business is, as you said, to kind of expand into more of Wisconsin. That is the plan this season. Hopefully next year, man, 2024, fingers crossed, if things go well, we'll get some out by you. That's the hope. But a lot of ball game left. Chris, thanks to the super chat. Early Thursday night football / bye, not hating mini bye after Thanksgiving. I hear you, man. And that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, as far as I understand that, having that early week 6 bye is not ideal, but having that 10-day break after Thanksgiving, I will take it. That's the reset you really want heading into the stretch. So I that's the kind of the apology for having the early bye. I don't hate it. I'll take it. Definitely. Jeezy Baby, thanks for the super chat. They could do what Tyrion Lannister did as Hand of the King and have a couple fake schedules. Find the moles. That's a great idea, actually. I don't doubt that they've thought about that. That's a fun idea, and I love that sequence. Andre, cheers from Brazil. Let's love. What's up? How are you? Thanks so much for checking out the stream. Go Pack, go! Packers fans worldwide. Let's go! Aaron Rogers, great name. Thanks for the super chat. SoCal here. And can't go to the Vegas game, but I may try and get tickets week 18 versus Chicago in Green Bay. First time in Lambeau. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. Oh, it'll be nice and cold. Come on. Let's go, SoCal. You got to layer up. Be ready. Ice up, son. Can't wait. That's going to be great. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Hate the Thanksgiving game. Lions are a tough out on Thanksgiving, even when they're a bad team. Now they're good. I'm with you. Makes for a stressful holiday. Exactly. Could not agree more with everything you said. That's the point, right? Like, they are tough on Thanksgiving regardless. Like, it doesn't matter. It's always a tough game, no matter how the team is doing. But now they're actually pretty damn good. I will say, I think they're in for some bad juju because they released Jamal Williams. And then they drafted a running back in the first round. Come on, the football gods are just begging, just dying to make an example out of this team. That's my hope anyway. But yeah, 100% with you, man. It's the worst. It's the worst. Legless says, I want to see them play in Germany. Oh, so do I, man. In the worst way. 100% yes. Probably not going to be a home game for the Packers for the next 2 years, but the good thing is the Packers get 9 games in Lambeau in 2024. I know I had some people on Facebook this morning talking about how they once again have more away games than home games. That's because of the quirk of the fact that they had the extra quote unquote home game last year was the London game against the Giants. That was the Packers' 9th home game. Next year in 2024, they'll have 9 games in Lambeau Field, which will be great. And there is a chance that one of the teams that they play on the road has one of their games in Germany. That's my hope, because God, that would be great. I'd love to see them in Munich. I'd love to see them in Berlin, wherever the hell they play in Germany. I'd be down for that. Absolutely. Mario, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Definitely going to that Vegas game. Sounds fun. I'll tell you what. What is that, October 9th? Raiders, Monday Night Football? I got to talk to Corey about that one because I think we need to go to Vegas. I think that needs to happen. I think there needs to be a Cheesehead TV meetup event in Vegas. I like where your head's at, man. Big B is here. What's up, Big B? How you doing? How you feeling about the schedule, Big B? I love it. His contract with the Lions just ended. I don't think they cut him. Yes, that's right. That is right. They didn't cut him. They didn't re-sign him, which is, again, ridiculous. He was the heart and soul of that team. Good Lord, people. PT Sports. Thanks for the super chat. I don't see a loss on the schedule until week 10 at Pittsburgh or 11. Chargers. Do you believe in love? Huey Lewis. Great song. Love that track. I don't see a loss on the schedule to week 10. I love your confidence, man. I'll just remind you, and I don't mean to bring up old shit, but I'll just remind folks that last year at this time we were looking at the schedule going, oh, the Commanders, that's a win. Just saying. You never really know. Let's just get through the first 2 or 3 games. Let's get through the home opener. I think those first 3 games will give us the temperature on this Packers team, right? I feel you though, man. There's not a game. I think they'll be like last year's team in the sense that there's not a game that they can't win. It's not a game that they shouldn't be in. But man, I don't know. It's hard to get too confident with Joe Barry as your defensive coordinator. That's all I'm going to say about that. What else we got, folks? Amy, I don't think I've ever remembered an entire night in Vegas. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Big B, 17-0, baby. There you go. There you go. I love it. Brandy asks, Nags, does a computer generate the schedules? In a sense, yeah. They use an Amazon product that generates hundreds of thousands of different combinations, and there are so many things that go into it. Each stadium now, especially the newer stadiums, serve as concert venue place. There's so many kind of schedules that they're working with when other teams can or need to be on the road and what's available and blah blah blah. There's so much that goes into it. So yes, a computer generates many hundreds, literally hundreds of thousands of different varying schedules, and then they pare those down kind of as through a very kind of drilled down process to make sure that everything works, so to speak, logistically. It's a little crazy. Chris, thanks for super chat. 15 minutes from MetLife. I'll be at that Monday Night Football game. Go Pack Go. Awesome, man. Chris, and anyone in the New York area, be sure you're on the lookout for any information about a meetup here in New York, because that will 100% be happening. Most likely at Kettle of Fish. It's going to be a throwdown here in New York. Cannot wait. People talking about being pissed about a 2015 Turkey Day game. I love it. Hey, Nags, looking forward to the new era of Jordan Love. Tim, does the Pope wear a funny hat? Yes, sir. Yes, I am very excited. I cannot wait for Jordan Love to take the field as the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Who knows how he's going to look? Who knows how he's going to perform? I'm excited for the starting of a new chapter more than anything else. And I do think Jordan's going to play pretty damn well. I mean, I'm not telling you he's going to be a superstar or anything like that, but I do think he'll surprise some people. And I think he's going to play pretty damn well. That's what I think. AZ Packer, thanks for the super chat. I know it's Packers schedule release, but let's see one little slip up between Rodgers and the Jets. See how will he react. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'll probably watch a game or two with Aaron with the Jets. I'll certainly be watching that first Monday nighter against the Bills. I think everybody will, right? I watched a number of the games the Jets played when Brett was the quarterback. I'll do the same thing with Aaron, no doubt about it. I am fascinated to see how he handles things if they go south for the Jets. No doubt about it. But, at this point, Godspeed, Aaron. Thanks for everything you did in Green Bay. Have fun in New York. Essentially, is where I'm at. Jeezy Baby, thanks for the super chat. You think the Thanksgiving at Detroit game going to be more special for Matt LaFleur since he's a Michigan guy? Maybe. I mean, I don't think it's, I don't think it weighs too heavily on his mind, but yeah, maybe. I'm sure he'll probably have lots of family in attendance. I know he still has a lot of family there, so yeah, for that aspect, probably. The Pope wears a perfectly normal hat. Oh, okay. Overshadow. That's the kind of knowledge and breakdown we need here at Cheesehead TV. Jets green is horrendous. Packers green, beautiful. See, there you go. What else we got, folks? What else we got? Love will finish 5th in MVP voting. Slow down, you move too fast. Gotta make that off season last. Let's let the man take a few snaps first, shall we? I just saying. Zol, thanks for the super chat. Hitting the New York game with a bud who is a Giants fan. What is Kettle of Fish like? Any other events to hit while there? Appreciate y'all at Cheesehead TV. Thank you, Zol. Really appreciate the support. Any other events to hit? No events that I'm aware of. I'm sure some will come to light as we get closer to the date. But Kettle of Fish is like a Wisconsin dive bar. It's heaven. It's absolutely heaven. On game day, Patrick, the owner, makes brats and does it right. And it's packed. And if you want to watch a game there, you got to get there super early. But for the Cheesehead TV event, you won't need to get there super early. But it is great. It's in the village. It's like down below, and they're finally open. They have been closed all last season because of the fire in the building, but they are finally open inside again. I can't wait. You got to get there, man. It's the best. Ooh, Bill, that's a good question. Who starts at safety this year? Most likely, and I know it feels weird to say this, but I think Johnson, the 7th rounder, and Darnell Savage. That's my guess sitting here in mid-May. We'll see. Lots to play out there. I think there's going to be some heavy competition in camp, but that's what I'm guessing right now on May 11th or whatever day it is. Why the Packers don't have a home opener game? Well, they do, just not till week 3. But yeah, this is a weird quirk that the NFL hasn't given the Packers a week 1 home opener in a while. I'm kind of sick of it. But maybe, hopefully next year, 2024, like I said, 9 games at Lambeau. Maybe that first one is right out of the gate. That's the hope. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Krista says, I think they may still bring Amos back. I guess there's an outside possibility, but I'm starting to doubt it. We'll see. All right, everybody, I got to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out and breaking down the schedule with me and talking Packers. It's what we do here at Cheesehead TV. Like I said, be sure, probably tomorrow morning these will be up, but if you want to get tickets for these games, head to Ticket King. You'll be able to get links on Cheesehead TV. Ticket King is thebomb.com when it comes to finding your Packers tickets, both home and away. Make sure you check Ticket King out. Wisconsin-based. We love them. Happy to be partnered with them again for another season. Check them out, people. They are the best. Thank you so much, everybody. Please, please, please tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Have a good night, everybody. Go Pack Go.